Austin Carr, it seems almost unbelievable he wasn't invited to the NFL Scouting Combine. Just your thoughts on that and what you've seen from him over his career.
Incredibly excited for Austin today. I know he's worked hard for this opportunity. There's certain things in your life you can control and you can't control. He was totally out of his control to get invited, and what he did last year from a body of work, I think, is incredibly impressive. A lot of excitement about him as a player, and I think he's ready for today. But outside of that, sometimes things happen where there are 300 guys-ish invited, 300 couple to the combine, and sometimes guys fall through the cracks.
What do you think are his best traits as far as how it may translate to the NFL?
Well, his productivity, number one. He's a self-made guy. Wasn't a five-star recruit. He was a guy that walked on, really dedicated himself in the weight room, running routes, had great trust and chemistry with Clayton, and was willing to do the dirty work. He was willing to block. He was willing to do the things that you have to do, I think, to be a great player. And then when you go back to earlier in his career, he was a great special teams player for us. And so I think it shows that he's not a diva, in a league full of diva receivers. I mean, this guy's going to be a grinder. He's going to be a blue-collar guy, and someone I think has got a great opportunity to make a roster. And that's what I talked to these guys about here yesterday when I met with them. When it's all said and done, it's about trying to find a way to make a roster, not just look good in shorts.
When teams ask about a body who clearly has all the raw talent in the world, maybe the production wasn't quite as consistent as he wanted it, what do you tell them?
Well, I think he came a long way in his career. You go back to early when he first got here. It was very raw, football-wise, and he just grew and improved and got better every single year. Had a very productive year on third down last year, and I thought was a force. Every time he was out there. I think his best football is ahead of him. I really do. I think he's a guy that's still learning and growing in the game, and a guy that I know has worked really hard here throughout his entire career. He's got some things you can't coach. He's got length. He's got explosiveness. He's got a want to and an attitude. So look forward to seeing how it progresses.
How about Anthony Walker leaving early when he was graduating? The middle linebacker position is kind of a change now in the NFL. It's not guys who can cover passes, but he's got to play quick time.
Yeah, well, Anthony can run. I mean, you've seen that on tape from him. He's very athletic. He battled through an injury a year ago. I'm ecstatic for him. I mean, this is a big opportunity for he and his family. He's worked incredibly hard. He had a great career and a great run for us. And like you said, he's going to graduate here this week and then be able to matriculate for OTAs. So he's had a great run. I'm very proud of him. And again, a guy that, from when he first got here to what he became throughout his career, just really, really proud of his work ethic.
Fitz, let me ask you a little bit about the basketball team, if I could.
Yeah.
Does it remind you at all of 1995? Go back there, what's happened to this team?
Well, just changing the culture, yeah, without a doubt. A little different going and winning a championship and going to the Rose Bowl, but doing something that's never been done before, unbelievable. Just ecstatic for Chris, his staff, those young men, the ones that have done it. But I'm even more so ecstatic for the university and all the guys that have put on the purple and white. I mean, that's when I think back to when I was a player, that's what you thought about first, were all the guys that were here before us that really had to fight through tough times to be able to get us to where we were at. That probably won't smack the guys in the face until maybe the season's over. But what they've done is nothing less than spectacular. Incredibly happy for them. But I think there's some similarities, but there's a little bit of difference there.
Chris talked about getting the guys to believe. How much of the coaching battle is that? Is just getting buy-in when maybe there haven't been results?
Well, yeah, it's about having faith, right? Belief without evidence. That's what Gary sold us on. That if you believe in what we're doing and you buy into it, we've got a chance to collectively be successful. And I think that's what jumps out to me about our basketball team. I mean, there's no lottery pick yet. There's no guy that's maybe leaving early to no one and done in the building. So to see what Chris has built in the staff and to see the way the guys, I think about Tap. Tap went out and did some winter workouts with us his freshman year because he wanted to get tougher mentally. That's the type of guys that are going to be playing for us on Thursday. I'm so fired up for them. It's unbelievable, and look forward to hopefully not only a win Thursday, but a little bit of a deep run. I think they've got the confidence to be able to do that. Now they just got to make shots and play a little bit of defense.
Well, Chris, this program is doing what you guys are doing. Has there ever been more forward momentum for this university athletically?
You know, I think this is as good of a time as there's ever been in Northwestern athletic history. You know, it starts at the top. We've got an amazing president, amazing trustees, and obviously the best director of athletics in the country. And, you know, now to see the infrastructure improvements, what we're doing academically. We haven't compromised anything. If not anything, we've raised the bar academically, especially when it comes to football. You know, very proud of where we're at, but more importantly, I'm stoked about where we're going. I mean, you know, I don't have a championship banner behind me right now, and it's incredibly motivating. I'm excited about the squad we've got coming back, and you know, we're already 9 practices through spring ball, so got a pretty good idea of what we've got right now. I'm excited about where we're going, but yeah, absolutely, this is it's a fun time to be a Wildcat. There's no doubt about that.
What do you think about Joe Jones and his position as a father and a husband, and how does that contribute to his leadership on the field?
Yeah, well, I couldn't do what Joe's doing. You know, I had a hard enough time being a head coach, changing diapers, let alone what he's doing as a player. So, you know, Joe is he's a terrific husband. He's a great father. He was a great teammate while he was here. I think today will be a day that Joe will do a great job. I mean, he's always been spectacular in shorts. He had a great career for us. He's got incredible special teams tape. Really had a really good last year and a half playing linebacker. But, you know, it's a special guy that can put all that on his plate while being a student and not skip a beat. So really excited for him today.
What was it about Anthony that made him kind of special for you guys as a leader on the field, off the field, and of course as a player?
Well, you know, I think first of all, Anthony was a great student of the game. You know, he's a guy that we spend time watching tape together every week. He wanted to do that. That was in his mind something that he felt like whatever he wanted to watch that week would be something that we would do. It would be typically third downs. But, you know, I think just a guy that, number one, connected well with others, was our captain on the field for 3 years, you know, did a great job communicating. We're a formation adjustment defense, and he had to really study the game and to be able to get us lined up properly, the communication, all the things that go into that. You know, I think he's ready to go, there's no doubt. And so hopefully he just solidifies. He and Afadi both had great combines, and I'm sure they'll just do some selected things today. I doubt they'll go through the whole workout. I'd be shocked if they did that. But it's an exciting day. I mean, this is a day that all of our guys dream of when we talk to prospective student athletes in high school. You know, we're gonna prepare you for life. We're going to assist you in getting a world-class education, opportunity to play Big Ten football and compete for championships, and an opportunity to play on Sunday. You know, this is what it's all about. And for Anthony and the whole group, this is a dream come true day. And look forward to watching him putting on a show.
With Austin, you mentioned production being important.
Yeah.
The Big Ten defensive back prop the last few years has been terrific, too.
Right.
I mean, when you stack it in those terms, too, seeing who we went up against on a daily basis. I mean,
Yeah, he got open a lot.
Yeah.
He got open a lot, caught a lot of balls. I mean, like I said, the body of work speaks for itself.
Right.
You know, I just think there's stories like Austin every year, right, that, you know, kind of came, I guess you'd say, from nowhere. And you go back to the combine question, you know, a lot of that's based on guys' junior grades, and he had less than 40 catches, so, or right around there. So, you know, was I shocked? Not necessarily, but I think he can stand upon that body of work, and he went against as good a competition as you're going to see in the country, week in and week out. I was shocked that a lot of people didn't double him, and we were just waiting for that to happen. I mean, we talked about it every week. I mean, when are they going to start doubling him? And only a couple of teams did, and credit to them, but he still got open in those games. So I just think that he's, again, a lot like a number of our players. I really feel with the right opportunity, he's a guy that the coaches are going to fall in love with, and he's going to be productive.
When you look at some of the guys, you have a handful that are in the league right now, and then you look at Trevor, a lot of publicity he got. What's it done for you recruiting-wise to show some of the recruits what you've been able to do in the pros?
Well, you know, there's certain guys that go to college that, quite frankly, won the parental and genetic lottery. I mean, their parents gave them some pretty good genetic code, and you just put a little bit of icing on the cake. And then we've had some of those, and then we've had some guys that are self-made men. I mean, Trevor was a guy that wasn't ready-made when he got here. He's got great parents and all that, but he had to work at it. Dean Lowry had to work at it. The list goes on, and we're incredibly proud of him, but I think it shows you can go anywhere. If you prepare, if you put the work in, you're productive. You've got to have the measurables, but more importantly, if you have the production on tape, you're going to get an opportunity to play on Sunday, and we're really proud of those guys.
Any developments in spring ball that you're particularly excited about?
I think just the attitude. I think this group is very focused. They've done a great job every practice coming ready to go. I think the momentum coming out of the Pinstripe Bowl really carried over into winter workouts, is now carried over into spring ball, and the guys have been really competitive. Now we'll take finals off, take spring break off, and come back with 6 big practices here in a couple weeks.